A girl quit on her first day of training at my last job and I salute her. I worked at a cafe with a boss who treated us all like thieves and slackers and yelled at us about everything. I was warned when I started working there not to take it personally when he yells at me. He's just like that with everyone. What a guy. This new girl started working and showed up for her first day of training. What does the boss do? He yells at her for no reason. Of course. So she quit on the spot and never came back. The boss was flabbergasted. I left about a month later and a lot of other coworkers quit before then too. No idea how that place stays open with the turnaround they have there, but I have so much respect for that girl who just left. Didn't stand for mistreatment even for a second. Hope she's doing well. If there were more people like her, there would be fewer business owners like him. When someone says, no one wants to work anymore, it means no one wants to work for them. So many bosses are toxic and need to change their behavior. Literally everyone should have boundaries like that. People in higher-up positions at workplaces yell. It's an instant red flag. They don't deserve their position. A lot of job hopping going on in the market right now. Not that I blame anyone. Because of this, managers want to swing their dicks around like in the good old days. Yes, I've heard this when it comes to disciplining employees. A lot of managers, bosses, and owners are dealing with high then over rate because they simply cannot adapt to the labor market and the fact that, hey, you actually have to treat people like humans or else you'll be back to square one with no employees. 40 years ago I got a job working at a new place in town. A little Italian place. The owner saw me eating a hoagie and asked if I paid for it. On my break, told him I had. He insisted that I hadn't. I promptly quit on the spot. He called me later to apologize as he found the sale on the register tape. Begged me to come back. No. About 10 years ago he was working on the roof of that restaurant and fell off and died. End of story. I worked at a cafe for about 3 hours total. They stole tips and asked me to pour unused cream back into the carton. Never went back and never bothered to pick up my check. That's how disgusted I was. That lady's courage to stand up for herself in the face of unjust treatment is commendable. It's a reminder that no job or any situation is worth compromising our self-respect and peace of mind. It's unfortunate that your former boss didn't understand the importance of maintaining a healthy work environment. But I'm glad to hear that you and others also chose to remove yourselves from such a negative situation. I, too, hope that the girl is doing well and continues to uphold her strong principles wherever she goes. Why I stayed so long when my boss was such a cock. I finally quit when he fired me over his own mistake and tried to take it back. Literally I wouldn't let strangers or friends talk to me that way. Why I would let someone do it professionally. I walked away from a client in front of 2 contractors. Initially I felt guilty, like I might have made the wrong move. Later on both contractors applauded my behavior. It felt really good. Still got the client and he pays a premium. Now we are all on good terms. It was a pivotal life experience for me because I am generally a people-pleasing pushover. I worked at a TJX company, where a first-day cashier got called into the office at the end of her shift to ask why she hadn't signed anyone up for those predatory, scam, high-interest rate credit cards. She left the office, clocked out and never came back. I really admire her. New girl uses self-respect. It's super effective. My colleague trained someone last Friday. Today I heard that person quit Monday morning. Part of me thinks, shame. She was nice, but she decided to spend more time with family, so I wholeheartedly support her. I worked at Safeway Deli and people are just thrown in. Manager didn't teach a thing to new employees. We had so many turnovers. We were basically always understaffed. And then having a new employee thrown in, with no training, was not helpful. When you know, you know. What I'm flabbergasted about is that people actually stayed long enough in the first place. Certainly doesn't sound like they will be in business for long. Good riddance to bad employers. A guy whose bar pizza restaurant I did business with was a completely miserable sob and yelled and bitched at everyone. The pandemic hit. His workers all left and none came back. It is several years since he has reopened. Pizza side only. And I only ever see him there working. Be an asshole and it will eventually, or should, come back to you. All these places with high turnover. The management is convinced that it's just the nature of the business. It's never anything they're doing. I do some work for restaurants from time to time and it has me working in the kitchen sometimes. At a bar. Or other locations. While I'm there I never see the managers behave horribly towards their staff. But I think if I did see some verbal abuse happening, I'd probably have to get in that manager's face. I think even if I were a paying customer I'd probably have to intervene as well.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.